This episode of Late Night with Ed Money is brought to you in part by Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant, located in downtown Amherst. And if you're local to them, dial for carryout at 440-985-FOOD. Or go to their website, which is ziggyspubandrestaurant.com. If it's a sporting event that you want to see, don't forget your sunglasses, because they have so many 4K TVs it'll burn your retinas. So go to Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant in downtown Amherst.
We hope you're enjoying your visit here this evening. Now, on with the show.
I'll make it go away. Oh, my bad. You gotta start
Of despair.
Warning, what you're about to hear is an adult show. You will hear anecdotal stories and humorous situations meant for adults. In essence, kids, don't listen or try this at home. Everything you're about to hear is done by drunk, trained professionals. Now enjoy the show.
Deep within the pit of despair. Balls of Christ, dude.
This is Trail Mix Jess, and you're listening to the hottest talk show on the net, Late Night with Ed Money.
Hi!
Well, hello, my friends. You're listening to Late Night with Ed Money here on our website, which is latenightwithedmoney.com, where it's real people have real conversations about life. You can reach us on a ton of sites. If you just Google Yahoo.
If you what?
Google.
That's not what you said earlier. You're like,
if you it felt like it. Google, Yahoo, Bing, Ask, anything Jeeves. You do
Is Jeeves still a thing?
I don't know. Okay. Go check us out. You're going to love us on and Tell Two Friends. And like, share, subscribe. Tell two friends. It makes a world of difference to the algorithm.
And it's free.
Yes, and it's free, and we really appreciate it, and it helps us out. You're always listening to myself, Ed Money. Right over here is CPEP Hook.
What's up?
That's perfect time for the graphics.
Bruh.
Right. He is here, and I'm happy because he doesn't show up that often. Is Jeffrey Neutron?
Hey, everybody.
Jeff Nick.
And last but not least, always keeping us in balance and in check is Bueno.
What's up?
We're going to be leaving you with, if you want, anytime you want.
Hurry up, Wayne.
You want your music heard, you want your product talked about, you want anything to be mentioned on the show, this is it. Get a hold of me, DM these guys, anybody. You're going to see in the video, if you watch on BitChute Rumble or anything, how to get a hold of us. We're going to be leaving you with Amos and Riot Night. It's a song called Clear Future. Check it out. You'll like it. You want your music heard. In fact, we just had Maria's boyfriend,
Joe P.
Joe P is on the last show. Another artist. Check them out. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Go ahead.
And you just, if you just get a hold of Ed, he will mail you a Giant Eagle gift card free of charge.
Probably not. And if he does, it's already used.
Very low denomination.
It costs me more in stamps than it does that you're going to be
So
able to
don't bother, because he won't do it.
So, thank you. And speaking of which, real quick on Giant Eagle Card, that if you want to be part of the show, you want to be mentioned, you want anything to be on here, we love the people that do this. It means you're showing your participation and
I think he stroked out.
Use your words.
Participation.
Sound it out.
Is we all like promoting local. And here in all state local representative Andrew Grizzle. Check him out. He's out of North Ridgeville. If you just want to quote, say you feel like you're getting screwed by your agent, you want a younger, more aggressive agent, maybe your agent's aging out and it's going to take over, you move to the area. Check him out, 440-327-8744. Get a hold of him. Mention the show because he gets so many calls. He said he's getting a lot more calls, which I'm tickled pink about that he's getting calls. But go ahead, Chuck.
And don't forget to check out Muscle Vodka.
Yes.
Check out Grace
Oh,
and
yeah.
her product. It's
Yep.
amazing. She's got a couple different things now.
Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant.
Ziggy's Pub and Restaurant.com.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think who else.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, there's
Doesn't
a lot
matter.
of people.
Anyway,
but that's
check-
the only two I can think of off the top
Check
of
them
my
out.
head.
There's a couple things I want to talk about real quick on the show.
Your hemorrhoids?
No. Dude, I don't know if I got a hammer. I don't think how do you know you have
I
hemorrhoids?
am not looking.
No, none of us are.
I mean, I know how to spot one, but I am not going to.
How would you even?
Does your butthole look like a piece of chewed up bubble gum?
I don't think I have them. How would you know? How do you know?
Does
you
it
have
look like a
hemorrhoids?
bunch of grape nuts hanging out of your
I
butt?
think when you go to the bathroom or even
Really?
around that or anytime,
Right.
it gets itchy.
Well,
Is that what
that's-
Itchy and you'll
yeah.
spot. You'll have like some blood. Yeah.
only
I
spots
just
if
read
you
about
rupture
it.
one.
I've never
but,
really
yeah.
had one, so.
I don't know.
What is?
Yeah.
You know, you're spotting.
And plus, you can tell if your spouse or whoever has one because it tastes funny.
Is that an ingrown hair? Nah, it's a roid.
Oh.
I want for the audience real quick. There are things we talk about sometimes before the mics come on. One of which we actually wanted you to show up that you would know. No,
Oh,
this is a
okay.
good. This is a good thing because you would have the
You think
knowledge.
this is something I'm
Transgender?
familiar with?
No.
Oh.
Jeffrey Neutron is like our
Hi.
local engineering genius here, so he's
I wouldn't go that far, but
he would know this.
But he's smarter than us.
that was my next
We
statement.
were talking about other countries, and they always have like Thailand has rainy season.
Right,
All
typhoon.
What made me think of it was I talked to this guy in Japan, Gaijin TV. Check him out. His channel. I'll put something in the description about him. Great guy. He's British, but he says they have a rainy season. Do the states? Do we have?
Anybody in the United States have like Washington
Yeah, we-
State? Do they have a rainy season?
We're in the rainy season, but
Yeah.
ours is now a tornado season.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
is it-
tornado. But I know Seattle, like Washington,
Right.
traditionally just has an annual rainfall.
Right,
And
all
like
year.
high 70% of chance
Every
of rain
day?
per day.
Right.
So you might as well
It's
not
just-
bother washing your car.
Yeah.
Ever.
I believe it's in the 70s. 70%.
Really?
Yeah.
You got to realize that we're one of the few countries that has all of the five biomes.
Well, I know
biomes?
I don't even know what a biome is.
It's
Isn't it?
it's an area that's got a
I think I have
specific
a
climate,
biome
like a
right now.
desert is a
I
biome,
get
a
it,
rainforest.
okay.
We don't have a rainforest, so that's one we don't have. But we've got forests.
I don't know. Did you see Ed's backyard?
We've got.
My underpants.
Yeah.
I have, but the canopy's a little too low to be a rainforest.
Yeah.
I mean, really, see, that's the reason for the audience out there. The show where we're located is just west of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is in Cleveland, Ohio. If you're
And
not,
east of Cedar Point.
and east of Cedar
America's
Point.
roller
We're in-
coast.
We're in the perfect zone. The reason I always said I loved Ohio, even though everybody called us Flatlanders, and we've got a funny accent according to Byron, who's not here, is that
Byron had a funny accent the last time we saw him.
That is true.
It was a slur.
the reason I love Ohio is we get just enough snow that it goes away. In other words, we get winter and then it goes away. We get just enough of a summer that it doesn't get ball hot. You
I
know what
like
mean?
ball hot summers.
Do you?
I love hot,
I
dry
don't.
summers.
Right.
I'll take a hot summer I could do it all year.
I'll take today.
Right. 70
no.
to 75.
68 to 72.
But that's what you like going to Florida, though. Your dad down there is it? That's a huge.
No, my dad loves 90s.
Right on. I'm with your
you
dad
get
on
used
that.
to it though. I mean,
The old
crazy.
people love it because they're
Yeah.
thin veins.
yeah,
They're always cold.
their joints. It's good for
Oh, yeah.
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 Dude, my mom. We had years ago, which my mom sold. We had
A fire pit.
No, we still have that. I don't get a pit.
Mom, go sit in the fire pit if you're cold.
It's just right. Season one. No, we had a vacation place down in Arizona. Her and my uncle, they got a place together it was really odd because
They were lovers.
no,
Is that the uncle that stole the bath towels and
Dude, yes,
shit
it
from the
was.
hotels?
Yes, it was. That's funny. You said
Wow,
that.
what a guess.
Yes. Well, it was funny because you could be at the house and you're in Tempe, but you go literally across the street and you were in Phoenix. It was like this weird line down the street.
It's called a border.
Like my house.
It's not really weird.
Yeah,
Right. I live in
Yeah.
Parma, and across the street is Seven Hills.
No.
Oh, you're in the good part of
Oh
Parma.
my God! How does that
Nice.
even happen?
So you got extra stamps just to mail something.
Right. Get it across the street.
Right.
Fold it into a paper airplane
Right,
and let it go.
but the reason I never liked going down. We would go down there, and they were snowbirds. Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
When they
Yeah,
snowbirds.
yeah.
Is her and my dad would go down to this place, and it was insanely hot. And we had photos of my uncle. You know, he didn't physically eat it, but he would put eggs on the asphalt out in
it would
front, and it
fry.
was so goddamn hot. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought, how can people? It was like sticking your head in an oven.
Sure.
Now
What's wrong with that?
When I was younger, I went to Florida. We went to Florida. This is when
Oh, the Speedo years.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we heard these stories.
Yeah.
Ed's mom made him wear Speedos. I think they were just her old bikini bottoms, and she called them Speedos.
dude, not a joke. This is
Oh, God. I
Still
was just
covered
kidding.
everything.
this
Is that where SpongeBob lives?
this is not even no. First of all, I'm gonna say no. She didn't make us wear her speed.
You did it voluntarily.
Yeah.
No, but she would tell me. This is the crazier. This is what I grew up in. I'm like the Costanza of the Seinfeld craziness. Is my mom used to wear? She had a bikini that had two things on it. One had the cutout of a little heart, so that if the sun hit it, it would put a tattoo of a heart
Oh,
on it.
God.
Right? Okay.
That's
right.
hot.
Right. Well, this is not. Look at the look on his goddamn face.
I'm pretty sure I just threw up in my mouth a little.
Well, that was my mom, right? So
No
right,
offense.
right? No offense.
Is it
Yeah,
now?
it's
Is
right.
it now
That
a
was
little
mine.
melanoma in the shape of a heart?
That she would go out on a riding tractor and would ride her bikini and cut the lawn in a bikini. You
Sounds
know?
right.
Right.
Was
This
she
is
wearing high heels and Daisy Dukes
pumps.
too?
No,
Pumps.
it was. Look at that look on his face, too. No, so
Wore nice
Yeah,
espadrille.
that was just during the crazy time. And she had a Playboy one too that you could get in the shade.
Oh, that's the one you took over and you wear.
With those silk boxers.
but when,
Yep.
when we went down to Florida,
We're all leaving.
look at him.
Those are her heels.
I thought it was us walking out.
No.
Ed, I gotta go mow the lawn.
But when we went and visited my sister down in Florida, dude, it was a humidity. Now I can't imagine being 95 and it's that humid that you would enjoy that, dude. Doesn't everything just
Isn't it dry in the desert?
She's talking about Florida.
Florida?
Oh,
'cause you
Florida,
said,
yeah.
you said your dad goes
It's
down
not the
there.
heat; it's the humidity. Yeah.
Does he enjoy that? Isn't it a sticky heat?
He likes it.
What about you? When you go and visit him, is it very uncomfortable for you? Does he make you
I haven't been
sleep on
down
the
there
one?
that much, but when I lived there, the summers were really hard to adjust. People like even in Arkansas
Yeah.
and it gets super hot. Arizona, I imagine they save the 1 gallon milk jugs and they fill them with water and put them in the freezer.
Yes,
They
yes,
throw them in the pool.
Put it,
To
Yep.
cool the
So
pool
you can
down.
swim.
Yeah. So that if you're having a party or something like that, you'll have like 20 of those floating around to cool.
Yeah,
the
because all
water
that
down.
pee will heat it up.
Otherwise, it's hot.
Yep.
everybody.
Urine.
For the audience who didn't hear it, Chuck, go back a few inches in the tape. Listen to him say people were peeing in it. Nobody
Yeah.
This one is a nice 98.
But I didn't
96
get used to it.
degrees.
That was one of the things I didn't like. You spent the summers indoor,
Right.
basically.
See,
Unless
that's the
you were-
part that I didn't like about
know.
Arizona is that I felt that as much as people, it was only the people that were native Arizonans, like,
Yeah.
Mexicans.
Because
or the
you
people
get used to it.
right. And
You didn't have enough time to adjust. So.
Well, they would have this weird working thing where they would only work till like 10 in the morning and then stop because it was just the prime time was just so goddamn hot. And you felt like you're in the house that's air conditioned. You leave, go in an air conditioned car, go to a place that's air. You're
Right,
never
right.
really enjoying the outside. Now, that's why I like Ohio, believe it or not, because of the fact that there's so many different.
I like Ohio.
Yeah, yeah, I
that's
do
good.
too. That's a small
So
thing.
I'm
I
gonna
want- go
I'm gonna
ahead.
hit you on the car thing. Like
Go
when
ahead,
you
yeah.
work, if you work outside in southern states or hot
Yeah,
states,
yeah.
when you get in your car and go from place to place, you don't put the AC on because as soon as you get out and start working,
You'll hate life.
You pass out.
Yeah.
Because you're restricting your veins and your capillaries and stuff. So when you get out and it heats up and your
Now, did you
veins
work-
expand, your heart's like, oh
Did
shit.
you work down south? Didn't you, Atlanta or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, Alabama, Huntsville.
Alabama.
You were
okay.
so close.
Well, I was.
It's actually not too far.
Right.
So, yeah.
Now, since you said did you? They always crack the windows, right? Because it would.
Oh,
did they ever explode? Like I've never seen it.
No.
But they've said that it heats up so much it blows out.
No, but I've had shit blow up in my car if I left the windows open or up.
You're kidding me.
No, like if you forgot a 2 liter, like you got a 16-ounce
Oh, yeah,
bottle, and
I
you throw it in the
imagine.
back, and you forget it was in there. You come out and it's like everywhere. You're
Like mayonnaise, if you
And
let
then all the fire ants show up and you're
Everything.
trying to drive.
I don't think mayonnaise,
mayonnaise
will blow
doesn't
up.
know. It's more.
Unless it's yours.
Well, that's what he was getting
It's
at.
putting off a lot of gases.
We had on the when I was down there, we had on the news a woman thought that she was shot
Oh my God, I read that article.
Wait,
because
what?
she went to the grocery store.
Stop it.
And then she had to stop somewhere else. So the groceries were in her car, and she bought a can of like crescent rolls or
The
whatever.
biscuits.
The biscuits. And
The
it was
pil-
in the
the-
back seat, and she heard a pop, and some of the goo shot her in the back of the neck. And it was so hot that she thought that somebody shot into the car.
Wow.
Because of the pop and the
And
heat.
she thought that was her brain.
Yeah, she's like, oh my God, what happened? And she was like, what the oh. What is that?
Dude,
and she
you
had
know-
to find it.
I just got ragged on about by Monk's wife about the fact that I'll talk off the
Yeah.
air, but the kind of the same thing
Oh.
goo on me that I think is
On
one
your
thing.
back?
Not like that. Look at the
Wow. It's
Wow, you unloaded the gun. Unloaded the gun before you left the house, and
You promised not
there
to
was
tell.
some, yeah. There was
Right on his
some-
tramp stamp.
you've never done that in your lifetime, have you?
What went out with
Unloaded the-
the gun before you went out?
Yeah. Did you?
Who doesn't?
Right?
Me? What?
What's
No.
the window? You know what I mean?
Well, when you're 18,
12 hours before.
When you're 18, 10 minutes.
Right.
8 hours before.
Sometimes
6
it's
hours
on the
before.
way.
2 hours before. 10 minutes before.
in the parking lot
Yeah.
before you get.
I had a Gatling gun. You can't unload it.
You know what?
It just keeps loading. You just turn the crank.
They call him General Stonewall Wayno.
Dude, you know what? It's funny you said that. When you were a kid, I'm going to say kid between, let's say, 18 and 27.
Okay.
Right? 18 and 27. You would go out with a girl, and I'm not saying it was the best sex deal. You may have thought at that moment.
Well, it's because you're only 18,
Yeah,
20 something.
I get
You're
right
just
that-
happy to be
I'm windowing,
having sex.
At the time, it was the best sex. And then
Yeah.
you learn, you're like, oh, that was garbage.
You don't have
Right.
you don't
Yeah.
have any benchmarks.
It's
Right.
very standard,
Well, I'm doing
plain.
Right, that was crazy. We
Right.
did missionary.
right.
Yeah, right. That's where
Except
I was
Ed, he's like, I took her out for a meal. We almost did it, but I broke up with her.
going. Yeah.
I'm saying a window. 18,
She had some hairs
18,
out of
20,
place.
27, and you think it's a great. But when you were young, you could go. You could, like he just said, you could fire up and you'd be happy. You make a sandwich, you're going at it again when you're a kid. Now, as an adult, when we're a little older, that you go and then you're like,
And then you wait a few minutes and rewind the movie. And then you're good again.
Then you're good to go again. This is the part.
Yeah, here it is.
no, it's.
Mom, can you bring down the back pump? My girl's losing air. I think she's got a hole.
You're gonna take her up to get the Tuffy. You're gonna take her up to the Tuffy and put a little,
guys-
little plugger.
Can you find the leak?
Where's that inner tube repair kit?
You know what, dude? It's funny you just said that. And this is what's a side subject. That when I started thinking, I was watching this video. I watch these insane videos. He and I have rabbit hole. We talked about it many times. I watched this one of this Vietnamese guy. The innovation of some other countries of people. You know what I mean? That,
No, because you haven't told us. Spit it
Yeah,
out.
Wait, what I'm saying?
What
talking
does this
about, like,
involve? A
sex
blow up
toys?
doll and a, and
No,
a
that's,
well, that's what we were talking about.
That's
A
what I
blow up
thought
doll
you
and a
were-
bike patch.
that's what I thought you were.
He made me think. You'll come to it. Is that innovation? You look at some of the things and these people do. I'm sure not safe. This dude, anyways, I watch this Vietnamese guy, and he creates like water boats and stuff. He'll find junk and he'll create water boats and give them to people.
Water boats
Water boat.
like it's just,
Like a boat.
that goes
the
in
hell
the
is that?
water.
look at the look.
What the hell's a water
I don't
boat?
understand.
Are you having a stroke, Ed?
Here's a water boat I made you.
Here,
Call
put it
our
next
guy.
to your air balloon.
Call our.
Yeah, your air kite. Your sky kite. I don't understand.
Wait,
Yeah.
he makes like a jet ski, or he'll make
Out of what? Just garbage?
right. Like he'll find an engine to a scooter. He'll tear it apart. He'll out of fiberglass. He'll make a frame, fill it with foam, and he'll make it for these Vietnamese because they have a lot of water, and the people live on the water, and so he'll create these little vehicles.
So silly.
Anyways, I was watching it, and he did this thing with a handbrake, and where the word association came all together. I full circled.
What do you
this.
do with a handbrake?
It made me think.
Made a bicycle stop.
No.
Here's your pedal bike.
No. This is where it came full circle in my brain as I'm watching this goddamn crazy thing. I started thinking, watching a handbrake. Do you remember, for the audience out there, right down the road from us on a road called Oberlin Avenue, there used to be a Schwinn bicycle
Yeah.
shop. Do you remember that?
I totally used to get my skateboards from them.
Did you?
Them and Dale's.
Did you?
But yeah.
See, I didn't know they sold skateboards. I remember
Yeah.
they had Schwinns, but they always had a discount. Like
Is it Bicycle Bills?
No,
No,
that's
that
in
was in
Vermilion.
Vermilion.
That's
Well,
in
it
Vermilion.
wasn't always in Vermilion. It was right down there by
The True Value.
Lots.
No,
It was
not,
right like two buildings down from Big Lots.
yeah. That was Bicycle Bills.
was it
Was
Bicycle
it?
Yeah,
Bills?
and then
the
he
Schwinn
moved.
store.
I thought it was Schwinn. I remember
Then
it
he
was
moved
Schwinn
to
shop.
Vermilion.
Yeah, I didn't realize
That's where
that.
we used to go for bikes every. Yeah,
Did you? Okay.
my
well,
dad was friends with him. I knew him. He was a big guy, really big guy.
and the fantastic with the bikes. I'll
The
give him
thing
that.
is, though,
right.
we couldn't afford those bikes.
But this is-
we had to MacGyver the shit out of our bikes.
This is where I'm watching this video. I'm sitting like this. It's late at night. When you got
You were already unloaded the gun, if you will.
I was gonna say he's
Unloaded
already
the gun.
masturbated. Now he's just watching the other
Wow.
shit that he watched.
He's like watching shit through a clear mind.
you
know.
He's ready to not get excited.
Yeah.
For the audience, you got to go to the YouTube, BitChute, Rumble, all that, so you can see the dumb expressions on the face of them making fun of me. No, where this is the innovation, but it's also the poor man mentality.
We made things work.
Where we went, I just always equated it to Schwinn's shop, but thank you for, maybe it was Bicycle Bills, but
Anyhow,
Schwinn's
I just
shop.
called it a Schwinn store.
You would go in there, and Schwinn's, for the audience out there, if you're overseas or maybe you've never heard it, Schwinn at that time,
was like a big name, big dollar
That
bike.
was the one. Yeah.
right.
is it still the premium? Is Schwinn
I think
still
it's
good?
still
I
a
think it still is,
expensive
but
bike.
things are so specific now. Like if you
Yeah.
want a BMX, it's like a full line of bicycles, every
For-
form, like
for that.
some dirt bikes, some 10 speeds, some road bikes, some
Right.
But now it's to the point where you have Trek and you have
Mongoose, Diamondback,
Mongo-
Raro.
yeah,
I'm just naming
right.
old school
And
80s ones.
They're specialized in like BMX only,
Right.
or road bikes, like
Right.
Yeah, or mountain
really
bikes.
high end.
Yeah.
It's probably hard to satisfy every
Right.
market now
Yeah.
because
Well,
it's
Schwinn-
so dialed in.
Or in Ed's case, satisfy anybody at all.
Yeah. But Schwinn was like a full line of your whole
Everything,
family
yeah.
could be,
Yeah.
They were like the bike to have in the 70s.
Yeah.
They were a big name.
They're
I had a
still,
Schwinn
they're still a
Scrambler.
good bike,
Did ya?
but
I
they're
had a
more of
Scrambler.
a middle of the road because I've seen guys on these guys that race and ride bikes. Like I work with a guy that's got I think it's a $3,500 street bike because he's a cyclist. That's what
Yeah.
he does
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, see, if I'm
It's
spending
probably like a
$3,500, it better have a motor and
Yeah.
turn signals.
It
right.
would be like Trek or Specialized.
Yeah.
Right.
Or the brands. And
What was it?
Big-
Rally?
Rally was a bigger brand
Yeah.
back then.
Well, but for us back then,
but Schwinn, I think they have some high end stuff now,
But
but
not-
I don't
it's
think
not.
it's like
They're just a brand
like a
loyalty
family
brand.
one. Yeah, loyalty brand. And
'Cause
they're
I-
not even made here anymore, probably.
I remember
I'm sure.
on that, is it called American Pickers, that they would always look
Yeah.
for Schwinn bikes. I guess they get high dollar. Well, for us, because we had a big family, and I told you how my one brother Frank,
Yeah, we all had Frankenbikes.
Frankenbike,
Yeah,
he
sure.
did his, and my dad there was one, and they had a section where you could trade in bikes and you get your first bike. And my dad,
Took you 6 bikes to get a unicycle.
Well, you trade up the small ones to a bigger prize.
Yeah. There you go. Anything on this shelf?
if you hit 32
Below
more balloons with a dart, you can get
Yeah.
something from the top shelf.
Right.
Go for the wizard holding the ball mirror.
Right, yeah, somebody played the Wizard of the Ball Mirror. Yeah, so what happened was my dad got it was a 10, dude, remember getting your first 10-speed?
Yeah.
And this is-
you thought you were king shit at Turd Town. It's got
Yeah.
10 gears.
Dude, and it had that ridiculous ram's head.
Yeah.
That
Handlebars.
and I don't know if the movie Quicksilver or
Breaking Away.
Was it
Breaking Away.
Was that what it was? Breaking with Kevin Bacon.
Bacon.
Was it Kevin Bacon or Kevin Dillon? Somebody Dillon.
I don't know. I thought it was Kevin Bacon.
Yeah,
It was
Anyhow,
Kevin Bacon
maybe,
too, where
anyhow.
he was a bike courier.
Yeah.
I got my brother's hand-me-down.
Yeah.
Right,
whatever.
and it had the ultra thin
Oh.
tires on it.
Yeah.
Well, I'll never forget when my dad. This is again. We were because we had a big experimental family.
I'll
you know,
say. Experiment gone awry.
10 is enough.
Do you know one day I think I'll
Okay,
take that.
stay on this for a
Head and
minute.
Kate, no plates.
One day I'm going to bring a photo. Just have I have a family photo, and I'll put that in here so everybody can see the whole family when we were taking.
Get on with your story.
Yeah.
This is
Right.
No, so anyway, it made me think. My dad, we got that 10-speed, and it was the greatest thing in the world. And they had those hokey kind of style at that.
Handbrakes.
Handbrakes, yeah.
They were in that weird spot that you couldn't
Yeah,
get
you had
to.
to like go up under to
Yeah.
stop them.
It
You
made-
end up doing this.
Yes, and everybody ended up.
You know you can move those.
Flipping the
Everybody ended up flipping the ram's
Handlebars
head
over, yeah.
handlebars over.
until you wreck for the first time and get stitches in your chin.
Yeah. Broken ribs.
Did you do that?
I wrecked. It knocked the wind out of me.
Oh, that was a good one.
You know
Oh.
when you get the wind knocked out of you, you're like, I'm dying.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
And like,
yeah.
no matter how hard you try to breathe in, no air is going in your
Oh, yeah.
body.
Right, it's the worst sensation in
Your
the
lungs,
world.
like your compressors, like trying to
Yeah.
peel apart a grilled cheese sandwich.
What I remember is going down like a really big hill on the bikes that we had.
Yes.
Were very unstable.
Oh, yeah.
And you see them speed up, and you can see somebody in front of you, and their wheels
They're
shaking.
doing the death wobble.
And by the time they get like to hitting 22 miles per hour, it's almost like the space shuttle re-entering the atmosphere. Pieces are starting to break up, and it's shaking and shaking and shaking, and boom.
You had like
Just
50 cents
gone.
in your pocket
Oh,
for
just-
Hasty Tasty, and that's
Oh,
gone.
my God.
It would just yeah.
Wheel,
Oh, yeah.
wheel level because it was getting loose or something.
Oh yeah, just come apart or
Right.
wipe out. Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing: being idiots that we didn't know how to. Well, when we were the kids, dude, you're talking tweener time age. What's your kid? 9?
He's 10. He's
okay,
10.
That age when we were knuckleheads and we would
Oh, yeah.
build ramps a whole 9 yards. Your kids.
I
doing
just
it.
did the clothespin with I used a Pokemon card.
Oh, nice.
And
Right.
You
it
better
sounded
hope
like
it was a
motorcycle.
shitty one, because
Oh, yeah, I
remember what
made-
happened to us.
I pulled it out of bulk. It was like 50 pounds of bulk
right.
cards.
All that stuff that we did.
Did you think
Yeah.
it was the coolest thing ever?
Oh, he thought it was really cool. Yeah.
Right. We thought it was amazing. Well, my dad was.
For those of you who had never done it, it makes it sound like a motorcycle.
like
spokes. Yeah,
It drives every neighbor nuts.
And it's pretty cool. Yeah.
unless you were the real rich kid and they do it
Yeah.
on the front and the back.
Right.
I'd say I was,
Oh.
I was the kid that got the new bike with the mag wheels, and I tried it and it was like click, click, click.
Oh, you had the good BMX wheels.
Oh.
I didn't have those.
So you
Like,
could
this
stop
fucking
pedaling
sucks.
and
Right.
coast?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the first bike I had where you could pedal backwards as you're coasting. You
Yeah,
know, it's just like,
and it made that sound.
oh, that
Right.
clicking. Yeah.
And the first time you ride it and forget and try to hit the brakes, and you're like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit,
yeah,
oh
you're
shit.
going
How do I stop?
Yeah. Handbrake.
Right. Well, what happened is we had it, and then everybody got a chance to ride the bike, and we'd always have that. I had my older idiot brother Mike. Always that dude was like the schlep rock of schlep.
Whatever he
rocks.
touched broke.
Whatever
Oh, yeah.
that dude, whatever Mike touched broke.
We all have a friend like that.
And
Yeah.
all do.
for whatever reason, he could touch a faucet. and
Spoiler alert, it was me.
you. It was Byron. Blame it on Byron.
Yeah, goddamn Byron.
Right. So he did it. And what happened was, it's for the audience. If you've never had a chance to see these type of bikes, I don't know if it's the same. Tell me if it's the same on the new bikes.
No, they're triangles now.
Are they?
I'm just throwing shit
Well, they
out.
have discs
Some of
now.
them are.
Yeah.
Disc brakes.
They do have disc brakes
And,
on it.
and,
Yeah, but they
like-
stop immediately.
and the calipers on the old ones, they would pull in. It would pull the
Right.
pad against the
Right.
Right.
the
rotor.
rim, the
Right.
rim itself.
Yes.
Now they have them where it's opposite.
Opposite, it pulls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of pulling like a wishbone, it's different. It just pulls them right against it.
Right.
It's just
And
two
you stop
pulling
on
it.
a dime.
There's different ones, but the
If they're
disc brakes
set
are
up
the
right.
cool ones.
Yeah. Well, they didn't in the late 70s,
Oh, yeah.
early 80s.
Those things never. They always rubbed.
Right.
They'd catch your tire, they'd fly off.
And
It
it
was-
made me think because I watched this video and I thought, because it comes up, there's a cable for again, if your audience out there never experienced this, maybe there's people never had a bike, I don't know.
Right.
That goes, and these brake pads, like he said, would sandwich on
The rim.
The
The
rim.
rim, yeah.
And then they'd wear out, you could go to
Yeah.
to the Schwinn shop and you could buy the little pads. And that you could bring in your bike and they would do it for you.
Yeah.
My dad said, well, I'm not paying for that.
I'm not paying the
What did
$10.
he use? I never replace those ever. just
Yeah.
to say. And when your rim bent, it was when you hit the
was like,
brakes, it would pulsate like anti-lock brakes.
Or it would just catch one and you wouldn't go anywhere.
Right. Just make a noise.
It would be the front brake, and you'd go over.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah.
grab the wrong one in a panic.
Right.
Lock up the front wheel.
The worst was when your rim bent or it was off center,
Yeah.
like you said, and you just had that one that was always like boop, 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 boop.
Right, dude. I'll never forget my dad. So what happened was we did it, and again, Mike ruined the brakes, and we're like, Dad, Mike did something to the brakes, and my dad's like, well, I can fix that.
Oh.
And he looked at it and he goes, you could see that whoever put it on there, he got.
Oh yeah, he's blaming the factory
Right.
people.
Look at this. It's not even put on right.
Yeah,
It's
They'll
not your
hire-
brother.
They'll hire anybody.
Shoddy workmanship on
Yeah,
this.
that's it.
Right.
I
so-
should go back down there and complain
Yeah,
on this used bike.
So my dad went and he got, he had a buddy. He had worked.
Yeah.
My dad worked at the Lorraine Auto
Ford.
Plant.
I know a guy.
And I know a guy, and he knows a guy, and he got pads. And my dad's like, I'm gonna put it on. But you could buy these bigger, thicker. If you remember, they were bigger. But what happened was
They were XLs.
it changed the
The space in between the pad
Right.
and the rim.
Thank you
You
for
have no
explaining.
room for your. It's already breaking.
No matter what.
So instead of like being able to stop pedaling, you would slow down. You couldn't coast.
You had like calves the size of linebackers' arms.
It's like one of those exercise bikes where you turn the tension
resistance?
adjusted, the resistance. You were like going 10 miles in 1 mile. Yeah. Feel the burn.
By the end of summer vacation, Ed's like every time he walked,
Yeah.
like the
yeah.
Bionic Man.
Yeah. Earl Campbell size.
They all wanted to draft him on the soccer teams because that was an up and coming sport back in the
My
80s.
dad did. I swear to you,
Well
my,
done.
my
you.
dad did. He's like, "Dude, I got a buddy who's gonna be able to fix. Well,
Yeah.
I'll fix it. And my dad, God bless my dad. He wasn't mechanically. He could look at stuff and figure it out. After a while, through experience, like me, I'm a learner like that. I learned through. What's to look for?
Yeah.
I've
Look around you.
I've seen some of the things you fixed.
Yeah. Look at this.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You could hardly see the difference in the pattern in the
I know.
wood.
It's like, what is the
Look
new
at that.
piece of wood?
Because I
I
didn't
like
even
how
notice.
he
this is
almost
a-
routed the edge to
leaf.
match the table.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I didn't even see that.
I know.
You almost can't.
I had to point it out.
Yeah.
So
I mean, look around you at the craftsmanship. That's
What does
just-
that mean?
that
It's
means
just
that
an
the wall had
None
tile.
of this
it's an
I've done.
embarrassment of riches.
What does he do with all this
I'm
money?
here to make you feel good about your life. That's what it is.
That's why I come
Mission
here.
accomplished.
It's like leaving the flea market. You feel like $1 million.
Oh, I just
So-
went there last weekend.
I love going to the dirt mall.
So my dad puts it all. We can talk about it, but my dad puts it all together, and he's in, and then it changed everything.
But you do know, real quick. Even if the pads are a little thick, that cable is holding them from springing open. So they're normally open, and the cable keeps them closed. Okay.
He
so
didn't
if you
understand
take
that.
everything off, it wants to spring open. So there is room.
Yeah.
And they're fully adjustable. The cable's adjustable. The pads are adjustable in every way. The handle has that grommet. It's everything's adjustable.
Now you're saying that as someone who understands that.
Unless he
So-
puts 2-inch thick sounds like the pads were like
He probably went to
huge.
AutoZone and got some asbestos lifetime
Yeah. Well,
pads
if he was at the auto
for like a
plant,
76
he
truck.
got like car brake, the asbestos blocks, and
Yeah.
put them on there.
Everybody that rode bikes with Ed, that rode behind him, got some kind of lung disease.
Mesothelioma.
How'd you get mesothelioma? I went bike ride with Ed one afternoon. He was a fast rider.
Dad
with those-
changed my brakes.
he was a fast rider with those big ass calves.
Oh, my friends at Black. My friends at Black Lung.
They're all on the iron lungs.
I think there's a class action suit against him.
Were you hurt by Ed's bike or almost hurt by Ed's bike?
Call Tim Misney.
Let's get Misney on me.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
he'll
so,
make them pay.
Right. Well, so my dad, but he didn't understand, once you take that cable, everything goes awry unless you know what you're doing.
Right.
And he did not.
Again, he was like, I think I got it to work. And, he's like, well, I see it. It would close. So he's like, you're fine until you ride it. And you realize, like you said, it's set to a certain tension.
Right.
Like
You should have rode your happy ass back down to Bicycle Bills and had them
Yeah.
fix it.
Yeah. You end up just grabbing the cable and pulling it, like down on
Like
the
an old handbrake.
on the down tube. Yeah.
It's like a suicide shifter.
What's this little piece of broom handle on here
That's
for?
the brake. She's freewheeling.
Pull that.
He pulls it in a punching glove.
Yeah, and a parachute pops out the back. Yeah.
It was like the Little Rascals car.
And you know that Bicycle Bill, you know how he ended up passing away?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No.
He was
Mesothelioma.
working on a
terrible.
riding mower,
Did he go on a bike ride with me?
and he was laying under it a full deck,
Stop it. Wait a minute.
and he had a block of wood on
Holding it
the
up.
deck,
Yeah.
and maybe went to turn the wrench or whatever, but it came down, and the edge of the deck caught him right, like his windpipe right there.
stop
And he was a big guy,
he
but he was
suffocated.
older, but he obviously couldn't get it off him, and I believe that's how they found him. And if anybody's listening, that offends them, but that's
no.
Yeah,
How would we
sorry.
know?
I'm sorry
How would we
because
know?
he was great until one day I changed my opinion of him.
Oh boy, yeah.
Because my dad, when I was younger, my dad would pull, take the boat to the islands, everything,
Right,
and
sure.
I'd go in
Yeah.
the bar and
Yeah.
shoot pool, and they'd drink beer till they couldn't walk and take the boat home.
And make you drive home.
yeah, but we went to
Right.
Huron one time, and there used to be a lot of bars right there.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
The Showboat,
The Twine House.
Twine House, and
Yeah.
there were a couple.
Yeah.
I think it was Twine House where they were going in. He parked the boat, tied it up, and we were going in. And I'm looking out the screen door, at the window, and seeing my dad going in. And this guy comes up behind my dad, and he has a can of beer, and he pours it in the back of his neck.
Oh.
My dad's not a big guy, but when you're pissed and annoyed, and he turned around and he took I think he hit him or whatever, but they started this scuffle, but it was Bicycle Bill because he was a big partier, and he was a big dude though, man. I mean, he was big.
Yeah.
Yeah, he poured it in the back of my dad's shirt, and that pissed him off so bad, and then I got angry at him.
Oh God.
All 8 years of me. Now,
We were pretty
let
big.
me have him.
We were pretty big when we were kids, too. I think you
in
weighed
my
about 50
mind,
pounds.
Oh, at least 46.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when we were young and
we were
just
string
yeah.
bean. Yeah,
Oh,
but yeah, he
because we
pissed- I
played
remember.
outside all day.
He pissed my dad off by doing that. And then,
Unbelievable.
I don't know, but anyhow, up until that point, I thought he was next to God because
Right.
he was the keeper of the bicycle.
Of the bikes. Yes.
My Schwinn Scrambler came from him.
That's right.
My World Traveler 3 came from him. That was the 10-speed. It was red. Both stolen
Well, yes.
after I had them.
10
Both
speed,
stolen.
they were
yeah.
it. They were like the bike.
Yeah,
And
you're
so
right.
my brother went out on this bike that was now Frankenbike.
A death-
What were
That's
did you ever get now? Real quick, did you ever get a new bike? Because the
yes.
smell,
Yes.
the
Yes.
way it felt, the
Yeah.
tires,
I
the
actually-
smooth
yes.
paint. I remember that.
Yeah.
travel. I would wash it like a car,
Yeah. Yeah.
wash it, soap it down, and like clean in between each.
Yeah.
Remember
For the first
cleaning
month,
between
and then
the
you're like,
spokes?
fuck
yeah,
it.
then you get
Start
off it
taking
and
it over sweet
give
jumps.
it a ghosty.
Yeah, you
Just
ghost
jump
ride
off
it.
and see how far it'll go before it wipes out.
Yeah, my first new bike, I
Yeah.
was 24. All the other ones I had were hand-me-downs, yeah.
Wow.
You were 24.
I was 24, and me and Becky, before we got married, went
That
to
was my
Bicycle
last
Bills.
bike.
Oh, it was first and last. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. We went to Bicycle Bills and got bicycles, Schwinn bikes.
Good for you. I still have mine, a Diamondback.
Of course you do.
It's out back. It's a dime. I like it. I just,
Dude, those old school 80s frames are going for big
yeah,
money.
I would take it every other year
to
because
car shows.
Got 72 original miles.
no, I take it. Well, Pammy and I would we would ride
Do
bikes all the
tricks, like ride half pipes
time.
on it.
We would
freestyle.
We would jump from each other's bike to, back and forth to bike.
Do that wheel of death.
Right, and we every other year.
The rotor.
Yeah.
I take it out to Bicycle Bills, and I would. They do a tune-up for like $49, where they adjust the
Do
wheel.
they take your Tuffy card?
No, dude, my Tuffy card is maxed. Recently, all the work I had done on the truck. No, but anyways, I drove the bike. I'll end it real quick.
Thank
I
God.
drove the bike, and my brother, I was like, Dad, this doesn't seem right. And then my brother Mike went back on it. Dude, it didn't stop. He wiped out in it and it bent the rim. Oh. That was the end of my dad ever fixing another bike again.
So he coughed up the $10 and had people fix it from then on.
Oh, it cost more than that because you had to go get the new rim.
New tires.
Dude, and here's another
So
thing.
he actually lost money on
He
that
lost
deal.
money because it's amazing. They have to adjust all those little individual spokes. I don't
Have
get
you
it.
ever tried that? It is not
Oh
fun.
yeah, yeah, that
Holy
little thing that
shit.
slides down onto it.
I'll be honest though, we've all tried fixing something we thought we could fix, and it ended up costing us more.
Yeah,
Right, cars.
Like my house.
You ain't lying. You are not lying. That's why anything that comes to plumbing, I pay someone.
yeah,
I had a bad experience I won't talk about.
yeah.
Don't look at me. I did
No,
everything
it was-
right.
no.
Let's say what I put in his toilet is everything else.
Now, me and plumbing are mortal enemies.
Mortal enemies.
I'll fuck around with
I
electricity
know
all
a
day
really
long.
good plumber, Terry the plumber.
Do you?
He's
yeah.
always very good. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
His
good.
name's
Yeah,
Terry.
it's not easy.
No, dude, it's not.
No.
Oh, that's his catchphrase.
It's not. Some of it.
That's what he said.
You
You
actually
think it is?
You're
Yeah.
putting your hands in human shit. You're putting your hands in.
I was
Yeah.
just talking about a leaky pipe. Not,
That's what we were. Yeah.
Ed's talking about his freaking fetish. You know what I like? Plumbers and poop.
Yeah.
I like putting my hand in their buttholes. Is that where you're going with that? Because that's what I
They
got.
don't bite their fingernails. I know that.
like a big one.
No, because of what they put their hands in. It.
Yeah.
I know that. I bite my toenails. Dude,
So anyhow,
I do not. I wanted to say this too for the audience out there. If you watch, it'll be the show that's going. Well, not for them. It'll be back 7:03. You watch this show. All right. I'm going to talk about this real quick too. Is Bueno over here decided that he does what are they called? Nicotine?
macrame.
Oh, the
Nicotine.
Oh, they're
patches.
like Zen patches. They're
It's,
just,
it's on my
they're
list.
nicotine. but
Never
real
let
mild.
him give me one of those again, ever. For the audience, you got to watch the show again. 7:03. Halfway through the show, he gave me this thing, and I thought, man, he says you're going to feel a little zooted. All right, and I started feeling a little zooted, and that was fine. But it did so, like you didn't tell me that it would make
Listen,
you.
I was surprised you took it, and I didn't say anything other than you can have one. Other people were saying, just go ahead, whatever, just don't, whatever.
Why are we thrown into this way?
I don't know
He
what you're
pretty
talking
much just took it.
He did.
I mean, I didn't have to talk him into it.
Right, I
Nothing.
didn't
Let me
know.
try one of those.
Oh, he turned green. And what you kept drinking? Were you sweating
He
profusely?
he would turn pasty white.
Yeah.
I'm like, here, bend my spoon, powder.
He looked like the guy that was piloting an airplane when he's sweating. And
I picked the wrong day to stop sniffing glue.
It's pouring out of his body.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He instantly was
I
like
gotta go.
moist.
You know what's funny is I'm looking because I just edited the show.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what's up. That's off the
Yeah.
promo clip for the
You've
audience.
never just gotten up. I gotta go.
Yeah. He's like,
You were-
I gotta pause the show. Oh God.
Yeah. Oh, he was bad. We were looking at each other like, what just happened? Yeah.
And then the whole time you were up there, we made fun of you.
It's like if anybody's ever tried tobacco when they were a kid playing
Oh, yeah.
baseball or whatever,
Oh,
you
God.
swallow.
Did you do
Yeah.
that?
You swallow a little
Wait a
bit of the
minute, wait.
The
chaw-
juice?
the
You-
juice.
Did you? Wait,
It's
what-
the worst.
Do you know who used to do that? And I never understood. I love him. To this day, I love. Anytime I
Chip?
see no,
Remember Chip?
I remember that
Yeah,
guy.
Chip Sano-
yeah, what is
I
it?
got a whole
He
story.
always
on him.
had a big. Yeah.
I got a whole
It, was,
story.
it
on
wasn't
him.
a Big League Chew. It was the real deal.
It was like
Yeah.
tobacco.
Like the backwoods shit or whatever it's
just
called.
no ground up
Yes.
shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kodiak was it? Who used to do that
yeah.
was Farmer Ron.
Yeah.
And dude, he would.
Well,
So
he
does
was
Jay
chewing in
Goo.
like third grade.
Rosie's
He could
Pizza.
buy it in third grade.
Rosie's Pizza owner did too.
He did the same thing?
Oh God, yeah.
Jay.
Kodiak.
Yeah, the bowler.
Jay
Bowler
Goo.
Jay. Yeah.
Jay Goo.
Yeah, he did. And they swallow. Dude, Farmer Ron would swallow. We'd be in school. And he would swallow. Now, I thought I'd be masculine.
Yeah.
He was so goddamn masculine. But Farmer Ron.
Like I said, he
Dude,
looked
listen.
16 in third grade.
he knows
Yeah. I
Farmer
know.
Ron.
Oh, yeah, you know Ron,
Ask
yeah.
him. He worked with Farmer Ron.
Good dude, by the way.
Great guy.
He exudes testosterone.
Oh, yeah.
He should have been in
Manly
that
man.
show Yellowstone. That's
Right, yeah.
how macho he is.
Yeah.
And here we are. Would you like fries with that?
Yeah.
That's about as macho as we are.
I was welding.
Right.
It doesn't count.
Yeah, but he was welding, like he was doing it out of like 9 volts, and
He would actually weld with the power of his eyes.
Yeah.
What was that old show with the guy and his grizzly bear?
Oh,
Grizzly
Grizzly
Adams.
Adams.
Grizzly Adams, yeah.
Yeah.
Farmer Ron played the bear.
yeah, dude, and he
He
would
ate the bear.
he would actually
Raw.
swallow in school. He would put the
Yeah.
Kodiak in the dips, and
Dude,
would
a lot of people would do that.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
People
don't
that
know.
are used to it.
Well, for the audience out there again, look at the show. I started. Do you know what's funny? Because in the show editing, you made a comment where I was sweating. I was like, it was. I don't know if it was the
I said
nicotine.
something like, "Are you sweating?"
Yeah, it was
You
pouring out
kept
of me.
wiping your head like.
It was pouring out of me, and you made the comment. And if you will, for the audience, find the clip. Maybe I'll find the clip and add this into. So you go, is it brown? Because I wiped my head. You go, it looks like it's brown, like it was oozing out of me, and I didn't realize nicotine would. Now, when you're a smoker, right? This is casual. You don't smoke.
That's why he has these.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
some of these, yeah.
I know that you were
Was a smoker,
right?
yeah.
You
Yeah,
were
yeah, I did for years.
Does cigarettes make you poop? I mean,
I know a lot of
I
people.
think they do.
Yeah.
Like,
When you
some
first start,
people-
yeah.
It's like
It does.
sometimes coffee does. It's
Yeah.
all in your
Oh,
routine.
coffee makes me poop
I think
immediately.
it aids in it.
It's like a diuretic
in the morning.
almost.
If you want to go, some people have a cup of coffee, have a cigarette, and boom, you're.
I'm just a couple. Matter of fact, I could just smell my coffee, and it's like, well, it's go
Wait,
time.
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. Is it the routine that makes you poop, or is it actually
it's
It's
coffee.
actually the
nicotine?
tobacco.
chemical. Yeah, like I heard like cigarettes, caffeine, cocaine. I think
Cocaine makes a shit.
I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah,
Heard that.
from what I hear.
I might have the wrong word, but they're all astringents. They restrict your blood flow, right? They collapse your veins. Again, it's one of those
Dear
things.
God,
collapse
how did you
your
get
veins.
so smart?
I
Here
know,
we are.
God,
Would you
read
like
all this
fries with
shit.
that?
That's why
And what it does, when it does that, it restricts the veins, and it also tightens your muscles, which causes you to have to
Go to the restroom.
Go to the
Oh,
bathroom.
that's why
right.
people that work out poop so much. Their metabolism is so good.
Right.
Is that what? Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh, we've just solved something. I don't
Dude.
think so.
We're going to be on the cover of Time magazine.
Nope.
4 boobs.
Yeah,
Well, dude, listen. It hit me, and I was like,
yeah, it hit you.
oh, and you said
We heard the
You
toilet
didn't
flush
look
like
so
3
good.
times.
right? Weren't it rattling down the drain?
Do you need to excuse yourself? You almost ran away.
Yeah, that-
dude. Well,
It was bad, yeah.
It hit me. I was like,
You want one?
no. And in fact, on
This
the
is
list,
the lowest strength possible.
two, they're
Is it-
small.
For
Oh,
the
yeah.
audience, maybe I'll take a photo of the thing on here. One, it says number 4 says never let Wayne give me a dip again. It actually says it on there because, dude, it made me, and not only after because I came back, I was able to finish the show.
Yeah.
And then after I even got a hold of him, I'm like, dude. I said, I just like
You're still?
I saw candy bars from 6th grade. Come on.
I said, did that piece of gum you swallowed when you were 7 come out?
A bit of honey came out. You know.
Wow.
Those
Can you
old
believe that?
Those old shitty candies you'd get. One was an orange wrapper, or one was a black wrapper. Remember they
yeah.
pass them out at
the
Halloween?
Halloween candies, the peanut butter ones?
Yeah,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
were pretty good, actually.
I like those.
I like those.
Did you like that?
Yeah,
You
love
got-
that.
I think they were called Mary Jane's or something.
Something like that.
Might have
yeah.
been. Mary Jane's were
I think you're
similar.
right.
So I did want to do that, and then I got to talk about this because
Coinstar?
That's exactly where I was gonna go. He's got this whole thing where he's so. I don't know why you're embarrassed. Everybody
I haven't
collects
planned
change.
out.
Everybody collects change, dude.
But I've been doing it for honestly, I've got a shit ton of change.
Yeah, no. Listen to this
do you know
story,
those
dude.
big bears at the animal crackers come in?
Yeah.
I have 5 of those filled with change, and then a bunch
Pennies
of other
also?
things. Yeah, everything.
Okay.
And
Well,
I
wait,
have to
wait.
cash them in.
Wait. Before he continues, where this started was I went over his house for just on the weekend.
We're just hanging out.
Just
yeah,
hanging out.
Sunday.
He says, "Come on over, just sit there, having a beer." Me, him, and Byron, we're sitting there looking over, and CFAP says, he goes, "Dude, is that Coinstar still open?" It's still open. And Byron goes, "Why?" He goes, "How early do they open?"
I don't want people to see me.
This is the funny part.
I don't want people judging he's cashing in his change for drugs.
That's what he's
That's where my mind went.
Well, if you do it at a certain hour, it might be suspect. They might not think you're trying to avoid people. You're just trying to get your
Might get my fix.
your game on. Yeah.
Because
That early in the morning, I'm
he
like,
went-
what
right.
time does our grocery store open?
Can you imagine? He was literally said he didn't want to go there
Yeah.
and have anyone that he knew
Yeah.
because he was worried that he'd be like looking around.
But like, it's funny though, because when I was working, it never bothered me.
Right.
Now that I'm retired,
Right.
I'm like, I don't want people
Right.
like, oh, he retired, he's cashing in
Yeah, but
change.
there's nothing wrong with that. You got
I'm like, I got to get mulch, and that's what we're gonna do with it.
Right. There's not. I mean, really. I have a lemonade mix.
That's it. Amateur.
But it's full.
Oh,
It's full of like
Took 16 years.
Country Time lemonade. Yeah. Supposed to not take money out of it.
ever.
Yeah.
It's a rainy day fund.
Yeah.
but it's one is pennies.
Once you cash it in at fucking Coinstar.
Now, do you have you put all your change in it, or do you have pennies,
No,
dimes,
I'm not that
nickels?
organized. It's whatever I change I got,
Yeah.
it goes in.
I refuse pennies. I'm done with them forever.
Really?
I've discontinued them in
We
my
should
life.
have. We should have.
If I'm getting change, I look and make sure I keep the pennies.
You're
well,
serious.
some places are like, we're not allowed.
Do you have a penny?
Throw 'em in
But
the
then
penny jar.
throw them on the floor because that's where they're going from me. I don't. You
You
handle.
don't throw them at people that
once you
pass you up on
handle,
the road?
once you take them and put them in your pocket and pull them back out, they're already worth less because of the time you've spent with them.
I've
You don't
never
understand what
heard
I'm
that.
saying?
No, I understand.
They're such a waste of time for a cashier or anything because their value is nothing. Like
worth a
literally
penny.
nothing. It should be nickel and up.
Yep.
Pennies should be just gone. It's a
Really?
waste of time.
How about
Yeah, but then everybody would round up and we'd lose money.
There you go, dude. Do you know what? I'm gonna.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I'd rather round up and lose
Yeah.
money.
That is the. Now that you said that, I'm coming
I
back
would.
to. I'm
Like
gonna,
Richard
then deal-
Pryor in
then-
Superman 2.
Instead of dealing with them, yeah, no.
I'll come back to the Coinstar, but rounding up, like you just said, dude. Have you ever gone in and they ask you that?
If you want to round up and give to such and such
yeah.
and such and
I
such.
do. If it's like 15
it a lot.
cents, I'll do it because I don't want a pocket full of change.
Yeah.
Right.
I already have like 5 bears full of
Did you,
change.
did you ever do it and your bill was like 502? They round up 98. Whoa.
No,
Right.
honestly, I won't
Oh,
do
yeah.
that then.
Right.
Yeah, right. Well, I didn't. A couple times I didn't check, and rounding up was like
dollar.
way up.
Right.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Right. They're like, would you like to
Yeah.
round up to $10?
It was, your
Your bill was 3.
301.
Would you like to round up to 10?
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. This is probably the tightness in me. So look at what the look again. There's a look on his face. Because here's the thing, dude. When they tell you, like, I cannot stand when you're in line. Would you like to donate $1 to the
Oh, no, I'll say no
to
if
the
I've been in there.
child?
Like,
Yeah.
like I will donate $1. Like, you know, they do the
Stop it.
Shamrocks.
Stop
Yeah,
it.
like
Don't
food-
I'll donate
food bank
$1
or something. Yeah, I do
But
that.
if I go back to that same store like in a day or two because I'm always running out getting something, and they ask again, I'm like, not
No.
today.
See, look
Suck
behind
it.
you. That's me.
Right.
See that name right there,
That's
Horsecock
me.
Johnson?
Whoa.
Horse? Did he say horse?
Can you believe
I
that?
stole that from David Tell.
It's the worst part is I've seen him
Yeah.
in the swimming pool. It's
Wow.
It's more like My Little Pony.
It's like they do that at Walgreens, the Red Nose Month or whatever.
Yeah.
And they always ask me, they're like, would you like to buy a nose or whatever? And I'm
That's
like,
the
no, my daughter
worst.
will be here later and tomorrow and an hour after that and an hour after that. And
Right.
I have
Are they actually the
100.
spongy noses?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I'll
yeah, I
have
like to wear those on
100
my
of those
nipples.
fuckers in my house. I'm like, why are you spending all this money on these noses? I'm like, I know it's for a
Right.
good cause, but it's still like, just
Yeah.
stop it.
Right.
Yeah.
They're Wendy's. When you go in there, they're like, you can donate and get a Frosty
Get
of the
free
month.
Frosties or small fries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bullshit. Who's going to go in and get it? Do you ever go in and get it?
No, I take that coupon book and I'm like, I'll put it right here in my visor. And then a year later,
Right.
when it's summer again and I pull down the visor,
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
that
expired.
expired.
Or, right. Or you go in and you get another one and you put it up there with the old one. You're like, oh, I should get rid of that one. Because it's been there for a year.
See, here's the thing. This is the tightness in me. which
Okay,
is,
yeah, let's have
this
it.
Is I look at it like this, and it's worse. It's terrible. I know it's terrible. You're going to tell me that, or you're going to
this dollar will buy 10 packs of ramens.
or he's going to send me the psychic signals that it's terrible.
Do you ask to round down? No, but I'd like to round down.
That's going to be my next answer. Like, no, but can we go down to $3?
Can we round down?
You could round up for downs.
No,
Oh!
no.
I mean, that would be a good charity thing.
Yeah.
No, what I do is I look at it like this. I say, God damn it, that you want me to donate. And then I have to look at these guys just laughing at themselves the whole goddamn time. You got to go to the YouTube, Bitch and Rumble. Like, share, and subscribe.
So
Tell two
bad.
friends. But no, this is the thing, is that they want me to donate. You say, okay. And I've even told them, I said, look, you want me to donate $1. All right, fine. Every fucking
You give
time
the cashier shit.
No, I do.
They're not
I
the
don't
one
know
that
why
want
you're
you to
single.
do it.
Because I get angry. Because here's the thing: every time you go in there, then they at the ringers at Christmas time. Every place
I
you
do
go,
put my change in the
you're worst.
Salvation
I do that
Army.
too.
You
Yeah.
give them. You want to find their names. You donate. Put them in the will.
I actually signed my car over once. It won't fit in the bucket, sir. Here's my car.
Cars for kids? What's
So-
that all about?
I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna point anyone out, but something you just said reminded me. Before you donate to these places,
Yes.
check out their actual websites and see how much of what you donate goes to what
See,
you're
thank you.
donating.
Yes,
I
thank
agree,
you.
yeah.
This is why
'Cause
we have him here.
There's
This
a
is
few.
right.
March of Dimes is one. I will say that they're at a
Goddamn
very
right.
good charity.
They are.
because they're
You're
like
saying it?
98%
Wait.
of what you donate goes
Yeah.
to
Okay.
charity.
This-
There's
thi-
other ones that it's like 5.
Yeah, is it
ring,
like-
ring,
is it
ring,
like
ring.
Salvation
I'm
Army?
not saying who.
The
Ring,
CEOs
ring, ring. Yeah.
CEOs have $1 million mansions.
You're talking about like Goodwills?
Yeah, and it's a non-profit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's no profit because you gave it all
Right.
to the CEO.
Because
Right.
here's the thing, and I've actually said this. Target is one of those people that do this, and it's terrible.
What, they ask you to round up?
Oh, no, they'll ask you
No.
to donate.
Yeah.
They'll ask you. You're right. Then this is what I say.
Well, that's...
I
Wait, I don't think I've ever gotten asked to
Yeah.
donate at
Oh, yeah.
Target.
Oh yeah.
I think, isn't it on the keypad
Yeah,
thing?
and
Yeah.
every time you donate, you're donating to the charity under their name, and
Right,
then
so
they
they get
get
the
the
tax
write-off
write-off.
at the end of the year.
Yeah.
You don't. Even if you keep your receipt and put it in, it's in their name, not yours.
That's what I'm saying. Is that they're getting a multi-million-dollar write-off donation,
Right.
with your money.
Right, you're better off
Your whole
donating.
10 cents, Ed?
However,
Boy, I'd be spitting
You
mad.
know what? I don't mind because I like Target.
Do
That's my team.
Right.
Yeah, they're on
Wade's
my
Team
side.
Target?
I
Listen,
like
wait
team.
a- wait
They're
a-
my team.
Are
Part of
you-
I'm on their team. Yeah, I like Target.
Listen, Target, if you're out there, I'd love for it to be a brand ambassador.
Yeah.
This show would like to be brand ambassadors for
Yeah.
you. But in the meantime, I'm going to talk shit. Until
That
you
should
come
seal
to
the deal.
Yeah, well, cross that one off your list, Ed.
Yeah.
Well, this is my thing. Is that I've gone there recently and I've noticed
They let you in?
that their workforce is getting thinner.
Well, I thought they were supposed to start putting the cashiers back in place.
Because you notice that they had like they had like
Yeah.
only two
I
or three
installed
there.
them.
The
The one in Avon,
Yeah.
the
Self checkouts, yeah, they were. I think because of all the theft through those.
Oh yeah, they're losing
they're
a shitload
they're supposed
of
to
money.
be putting the actual cashiers back in place.
Dude, I've watched videos of dudes going up with like a thing for $1 and they put a big screen TV and go boop. You know what I mean?
and walk away.
Unlike someone we know that may have walked out with a TV.
We know somebody that walked out with a TV. You did?
Oh,
Not me.
Oh, I'm like, I don't know
did?
anybody that did.
No.
You're
dude.
winking at us like
I
we did.
didn't.
I was
No,
saying, I mean,
didn't-
we could use. I could use a 90-inch if you got an hour.
Well, nowadays you can just go take what you want. They're not allowed to chase you or
Isn't that
do
crazy?
anything. They just let you do it.
List,
What
that's
is up with that? How is that even a thing?
I know Samantha sees them break. She doesn't get pissed off until she sees them break into the.
The fast walk.
What's the one purse? What's the purse?
Oh, like
Look at
Coach
the
or
look
Louis
in his
Vuitton.
face.
Louis Vuitton. They're like, look at them in that Louis Vuitton. How dare they go in there and just steal all those? Because she loves purses.
Right.
She's like, let's find out where they're selling them. Because they go in. I mean, it'd be different if they were stealing food or stealing something
Right.
that they needed, diapers even, or
Right.
formula.
Oh, no,
they're
they're just
stealing
stealing-
Louis Vuitton shit, $5,000 purses to buy,
Selling them for
whatever,
$100
for
a piece.
bunch of money.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
that's it.
That's like if you saw, and I will connect the dot on this because my sister just left the place, which I'll talk about. I don't care that they're going downhill anyways. I'm going to sidestep and say, like, what was the hurricane went down? You said Louisiana, Katrina.
Katrina.
Yeah.
Katrina, when they had the video, the town is flooded and people are walking with TVs
Yeah.
above their head in the boxes because they looted a place.
Yeah.
Like you said, not stealing food,
Yeah.
not stealing water, the formula,
Right.
diapers,
Hey,
TVs.
people gotta watch.
Right. right.
Yeah, you gotta watch that game. Know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna
one
take
guy
another.
has a generator. One guy's got a TV. You know,
Generator's
what are you looking at,
good.
Chuck?
That's a little bit different. I'm going to step aside on this. I'm not saying it's okay, but all of that shit is basically ruined, and they're going to get their money back.
Well, here, okay.
In the
I
insurance
don't-
claim.
See, wait, no, you're all right, but it hurts people like you. This is what I told my
It
sister.
doesn't hurt us at all.
My sister just. I wouldn't say that. My sister.
Somebody's defending it like they do it.
Well, my sister worked, and I'll say it. She just left a place called Kohl's, and what happened was,
It's the same. I don't think it moves.
No.
what?
Was that a timestamp?
Yeah.
No, right down the actual time.
Was it something I said?
No.
Yeah, but I know
Oh.
I know what he's going for. That's so for what she worked at a place called Kohl's.
Right.
Now I don't know, is Kohl's is national or no? They
I think
regional.
it's national.
It's like Drug Mart.
I have
is-
no idea.
Drug Mart is regional, but
Right.
it's
I think Kohl's is national. I think. I could be mistaken.
okay. Well, she worked at Kohl's, and she would tell me this isn't like it happening in Utah
Right.
or this is right down the road from us, a Kohl's. And what happens is she said people are coming in, like he said, going to a certain section, loading up a cart,
Oh, and
literally
walking
just-
out. Yeah.
Yeah, and just walking out.
See, that's,
Well, I told her
that's
about.
They're
just
not to offer any resistance.
right. That's just theft. Like I'm not okay with that. What I was talking about was like if there's a natural disaster and there's just shit floating in water, it's all going to be written off
I
anyway.
agree with that statement.
So
I agree with that statement.
it's-
But if there's 6 inches of water and your TV's
Right.
on an 8-foot shelf,
right, it's still still
Right.
not worth it. But they're getting compensated from their insurance for it.
right. I can
Doesn't make it right. But
I can see
have a
the
different
logic and flow with
thought
that.
process on it.
The idea that people are stealing, and she said literally,
Oh, yeah,
they don't, and this is what bothered me. If I was in the store and I see someone walking out with a cart of stuff,
while
and no
you're
one's-
paying in line,
and why would I pay? Why not just go, oh, fuck it?
Because you have to live with it. I mean, you have a
Right.
conscience.
I'm asking
and
a real
you-
question. Would you?
know.
Would you? Well, so you're saying you would? I'm just asking because it really bothers me to the point where I have an internal dialogue going on the whole time saying, why am I, when these guys are walking out, and again, it's an organized plan in my
Right.
mind, my conspiracy mind.
But they're still stealing.
They're still stealing.
I'm not denying that.
Yeah, it's not
But-
like back in the olden days when we'd have to steal a Playboy and hide it and get past the cashier
different,
and they
yeah.
chase us out and all that
Yeah.
shit. Now they
why didn't you
fucking
just go to
take
the
it.
flea market like we did and pay a nickel for a 2-year-old one?
Because I
steal
lived
gum
in
to
the
sell
middle
at
of fucking
school.
Pennsylvania. We didn't have flea markets just on the corner.
Dude, I did. When we were kids, did you ever steal the candy bars you were selling? Like,
Steal
Oh, the ones we were selling. God, I was a diabetic before that was over.
Steal gums, sell at school, like Hubba Bubba or.
Oh, I love Bazooka Joe's.
I used to
Yeah.
come home and my dad or my mom would just give me $50 and be like, "Try to get me some of it back."
Yeah, those
Like, try
candy
not
bar
to
sales.
eat all of it.
Did you sold those candy bars?
Oh, yeah,
too?
everybody
Did you
did.
ever go for the magazine?
Oh yeah,
I never got even close.
I never got anything, but I tried.
This was the worst.
I'd get like the licorice rope.
That was right.
And then, like, there'd be the kid whose dad worked at, like, some big office building downtown Cleveland, won the trip to Florida.
Right.
Got to ride in a limo to the pizza
Yeah.
place.
I remember selling like a bunch of jewelry.
I remember that
for
in
one.
7th grade.
And when all the jewelry came, I don't know if I got too lazy or what, but I just never like gave it out.
And those
You're
people forgot
kidding.
about it
Yeah,
anyhow.
everybody forgot about it.
You're
It was like, I
kidding.
either had I don't think I had cash, but I had like a bunch of the merchandise left over. Like, God, I wonder whose this was. I didn't keep good track.
You didn't
I
even.
had extra
He
stuff.
didn't even have the list of who bought stuff. He just got the shit. And he's like,
No, that's,
I just give it to girls I liked. I was so young. It's like, here, you want this?
those damn
Wait.
candy bars. They handed me the box, and I'm like,
Yeah.
see you guys in a week.
Yeah.
You know
There's
what's-
a unicorn pendant. Can you be my girlfriend?
Yeah, I never won shit. That licorice, I do remember winning a licorice rope. But,
Yes,
dude, I remember
Yes.
when the Scholastic Book Fair came to school.
God.
Dude, you'd walk in there with $5 like you were king shit of Turntown,
yeah.
and you'd get like some
Ordered
Encyclopedia Browns,
Yeah.
a cat poster that said "Hang in there."
Oh yeah. I remember I got like from one of those giveaways or whatever. I won like a sugar daddy. There's like
The big
those
giant
huge,
one?
just
Yeah.
giant one. Like I lost fillings on that fucker. Hell yeah.
That's one of my favorite candies too, and I can't eat them
It
because
was
I have a crown.
huge. You remember winning that? Like
Oh,
you hit
yeah.
that
Yes.
level?
That was a
Oh.
weapon in
Oh,
5th
God.
grade.
That and the taffy, you would get
Oh, yeah.
the giant
Yeah,
taffy
yeah,
thing that
those.
would come in that too. Oh, those
I keep
are
burping ramen noodles on you guys, so if you smell ass, it's me.
Oh,
you,
that's a new flavor.
you
Ass ramens.
Yeah.
you connected a dot, and I'll say her name. It's a girl. When I was in, how old are you in 6th grade?
Add 5.
12?
11, 12, yeah.
Yeah.
About 12. Okay, about 12.
Usually just add 5.
There
I
was-
do. I mean,
Add 5 to what?
To the
To the
year you were
grade.
in
Oh.
school.
Yeah, 11 or 12.
ish,
Yeah.
11 or 12.
Okay, 11 or 12. We were 11 or 12. There was this girl that I was enamored. Me and Big Dan, who's no longer
Yeah.
here, God bless him, that he loved. Dude, he said the key where you would give the jewelry. I would go to my mom, like they'd have what is it where you could buy the flower? Not Valentine's Day.
Well, there was there
Sweetest
was
Day.
Valentine's Day,
Was it Sweetest Day?
which
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day,
which is a huge goddamn scam.
because the carnation was like $5 and it only cost them a nickel.
Well, not only that, I think correct. That's why we have him, because he's our living computer over here. Is Jeffrey Neutron, the living computer that he's here? Is Sweetest Day in Ohio? Oh, it is. He's saying yes.
Yeah, it's a
it's only an
Hallmark,
Ohio thing.
Hallmark holiday.
Hallmark because
It's not-
Hallmark is here, or
It's
what?
not Hallmark. It is the other one that used to be
American
based-
Greetings.
Greetings.
American Greetings holiday, which was based in Cleveland,
Okay.
on, I can't remember the name of the street, but Brooklyn, in Old Brooklyn, Ohio.
Yeah.
Just north of.
So they created a
Plain Dealer.
holiday.
They created a local holiday
to sell
to
goods.
sell goods, and it's like the 3rd Saturday of October. It's not even
Right.
the same day every year.
For any audience out that's not in the States, anyone out of Ohio, at least in the States, we have a dumb holiday called Sweetest Day.
Where they sucker you into buying dumb shit.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
like
the-
a
they
it's like a
guilt you into it.
Valentine's Day.
Yes.
In October.
In October, right right before Halloween too. It's
from-
a
And you know
worse.
what? You can get in as much trouble by not remembering it as the real Valentine's Day
Yeah.
with your girlfriend,
He
boyfriend, whatever.
is not
It's
off
true.
the mark. You are.
And
nail
when
it
have you
head.
ever said it's not even a real holiday?
that
Right.
works out real well.
It doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right. Well, in that grade, sixth grade, right around there, with Big Dan, that I became friends with him and a guy, Paul, little Paul.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm
Big
talking
Dan, Little Paul,
Electrician.
Yeah,
Yes.
electrician
Yes.
Paul.
Medium Wayne.
Yeah.
Like on a Bob's Burgers, regular size Wayne.
Yeah.
Right. So what happened was
It's actually Rudy.
we
but, you know.
were all competing. There was this girl, all right, and for whatever
Can you mute the mic?
no, I'll say the name. I'll say it's okay because I it's okay. I mean,
Okay.
we were
Yeah, I mean,
we were
come on.
kids.
Yeah.
We were 12.
Yeah.
Is that what he just said? 10,
11 or 12, yeah.
There was this girl we were all in love with. There were two. There was a girl named Liz.
Okay, yeah.
You know that
Okay.
Liz?
Yeah.
And a girl named Dina Odor. I'll say her
Yeah.
name.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I love
forgot
her.
about
Her
yeah.
older brother. I was
Great
Danny
family.
Was a great. Danny
Father,
was a
every mother,
great
everybody.
guy. Yeah. Well, she was. You're young and you're 12 and you're just a knucklehead.
Yeah.
And look at us now, 50-something and knuckleheads.
Yeah.
We were all like competing for this girl for
Yeah.
whatever, and she didn't know why because you're
Vying for
12.
attention.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I had to go home. Did you ever? This is what I was going to ask you. You said the jewelry thing. I would literally, for Sweetest Day, had to go home and ask my mom, "Do we have any?" Because I couldn't. We were 12.
Do we have any extra jewelry
Do you have
laying
any
around?
extra diamonds or something you're not
Oh
using?
yeah. I would do the same,
See?
but I'd go through and
Okay.
find something I think my mom didn't wear and just take it. I would.
Have you seen my family heirloom?
Yeah. There was one
Giving
girl,
away $20,000 diamonds.
Trish
Yeah.
or Patricia.
Yeah.
Black hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And there was another one, Chris.
Oh God, that's great. Oh, that's great. Yes, and we did. I did. My mom would give me the crappiest. Like it was filled with. It was copper that
Those
had
two were my.
copper that had like it patina. It was like made out of an old gutter or something.
Make her wrist or neck turn green.
Or give her some kind of skin disease.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did.
Thanks.
My mom loved us, and she'd
Yeah.
give it like a bent cross or something. You know, and we'd give it to the girl because we didn't know. We were knuckleheads at that age, right?
So-
did you tell me you didn't do this either?
No.
He said
I did.
yes.
Yeah.
Give her
Look at him,
this,
he's
Ed.
saying
It's a
yes.
bent cross.
Absolutely. I could see it on the screen.
Right. I didn't see it on the screen.
It's a bent cross.
Yeah. So
That's from your great grandfather.
Wait, that's the Nazi symbol.
right. No, my
What's Mom doing with that?
Can I get the matching armband?
Oh God.
Oh, boy.
Oof.
Sorry. Sorry.
God damn. So yeah, my mom would give us like all this. I'm sure it was at that age. We
Did it work? I mean, did you?
So your mom
she
gave
liked
for you old jewelry to give to girls.
dude. Here's a God damn, we were poor and didn't really.
And by the way, that one girl you mentioned,
Yeah,
Dina,
she's a
if
great
you were out of
girl.
line, her older brother would probably he would beat anyone's ass.
He was a great Danny. Here's
He
the
was
thing.
great, but you didn't want to mess with him.
No,
He probably toughest guy in the school
Do you know
at one time.
For the audience out there, I'm going to describe. She had an older brother, Danny.
And he was awesome,
And
yeah.
I became friends with Danny. I didn't know him till I was like, what's ninth grade? We're about 14,
Add
15?
five.
14, 15, yeah.
14, 15.
15, yeah.
And we were freshmen. And I had this bonehead of a guy that became a fireman. And I'll say his name. I don't care. Dean Cayley. He sat ahead
I don't
of
remember him.
I do.
He sat
Woodhill.
right.
North Woodhill.
He sat in
Woodhill Drive.
front of me in geometry class. He would use my homework, and but one day he never gave it back, and then I didn't have the homework to turn in. So
Yeah.
I told him, I said, "I'm gonna kick your ass as soon as we leave this class."
Oh.
And he was like, and I said, "I don't care what you think. I'm going to kick
Yeah.
your ass." And he just was like, and I was, I had short man syndrome because Chucky knows I was short in school.
We all were.
Yeah.
He
we were
kind of
like-
looked like Jerry Seinfeld, didn't he?
Me or him?
No,
yeah,
him.
Yeah.
I didn't know him.
Yeah, Dean. He
You
ended up being
would.
a fi-
You'd
he ended
recognize
up
him.
being a fireman. He is a nice guy.
He's actually a good dude.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
But we were idiot kids. We were, like I said, ninth grade, 14, 15.
Yeah, you were.
So he did it. Well, he was friends with Danny.
Right.
And he thought, he'll get Danny.
Oh,
he'll
yeah.
get Danny to. And Danny, for the audience out there, the older brother of this beautiful girl, Dina, who was super nice. And there's not a bad thing about her that I know.
No,
That
she's still great. Yeah.
So, but Danny was a football
He
player.
was big.
He was
Yeah.
a big cat.
I mean, we literally weighed 90 pounds when we
Yeah,
were freshmen.
right.
We
Yeah.
were small.
Right, we
Yeah.
were wiry though. We were
I
squirrely.
could run fast. That was about it.
I had big tinted glasses. He
You
couldn't
did.
see
I
me.
broke them in gym class.
So what
remember that?
happened?
So what happened was, Dean says, "Oh yeah." I said, after class, I'm going to kick your ass in the goddamn hallway. I was so mad because I'm not going to get
Credit for your homework.
Credit for homework because he turned my homework in. And so we leave class and Danny was across the hall. So he comes out, sees Danny, and he's like, "Danny, this guy said blah, blah, blah about me." And then Danny just got in my face and I was so enraged and I said, "Yeah." And Danny looked at, and he was a big guy. He looked at me and goes, "I like you." And then I turned to Dean, and Dean ran because he thought
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah, yeah.
And I turned to Danny and said, "This was the deal." And we became like
You're cool.
We were cool.
Yeah.
That's missing. I think nowadays with kids, where you would get a bully or whatever would bully you, and then you get into a fight, and then you become friends. I think somehow that got lost. In the
Well, sure.
generations. Instead of this whole. Cyber.
Yeah, I think some of that was healthy to learn at a young
Right,
age
yeah,
when it
you're
was
right.
still innocent and
Right.
nobody had a knife or a gun.
Right,
or
no, right.
Later on, you
just
don't know
got
how to
into
deal with it.
a
Yeah,
fist fight. That was the end of it. And at the
Right.
end
You
of it,
took your
became
lumps
friends.
and
Right.
moved on.
Right.
Yeah, we
became
all took our
friends.
lumps here. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah.
that,
And we also dealt some out.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, but that girl, I remember because my mom, your mom never gave you
No.
no.
And I never asked.
You gotta be kidding me.
Uh-uh.
She did, and it was probably stuff. There was
I was like, you like me for who I am, not what I could give you, woman.
Yeah, Chuck didn't have to. You know why? Yeah.
she saw you in the swimming
She
pool.
saw
I
you-
had- wait, you're saying my big horse teeth were big back in ninth grade too?
Yes, they were.
Thanks.
He's like, hey, you want to go to the pool? Ooh, look what Chuck's wearing.
Hold on, let me peel that pineapple for you with these things.
We had, for the audience out there was a store, and this is where my mom would get a lot of that. Would you consider
Fredericks of Hollywood.
Is it no? Would you consider cosmetic jewelry? Is that what that would be considered?
Costume jewelry. It's called costume jewelry.
Yeah.
Is there,
Costume.
Yeah.
is there really?
That's it. Yes, that is a thing, Ed.
It's for like plays and
Cosmetic
stuff like
jewelry.
Cosmetic jewelry.
Here's your nipple rings, Mom.
that. Yeah, cosmetic jewelry. Here's your nipple bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
here's
We had a store. Go ahead. Get it out. Get
Here's
it
your
out.
labia ring.
I was trying to get that out, but I couldn't.
Your jewel encrusted butt plug.
Oh my gosh.
Hungry fella.
Wow.
We had a crazy store on, again, Oberlin Avenue there where the Nord Center is at. I believe the Nord Center is there.
Costco?
It was this weird, like L&K kind of. It was this.
D&K?
It was an off. Maybe it was D&K. It was an off. You could go in and get like.
Was it over by off Tower there in Oberlin Avenue?
Yes,
It's
yes.
called Esco.
Esco.
Esco is like a catalog place.
Yes.
And you could go and see
That's why
some
I was-
stuff, but
yeah.
you would still have to order. You couldn't just buy it in the store. You'd have to
Dude,
go in.
that's,
It was
yeah,
like
that's
Esco.
it.
Well, you
You know
told
why?
them you wanted, and
Goddamn,
they
you
would get it from the
remember it.
back.
You know
Yes,
why
it was
I
a
know that?
conveyor belt
This
that
is
would bring
crazy.
stuff out.
ESCO. But this place, it was like a white building with a blue and white sign, whatever.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think
Right there at the
But
Nord Center is at.
I had a coach, and his last name was Eban.
Okay, yeah.
It was John
Yeah,
Eban.
Johnny.
And he was a baseball coach when I was on the A's, like a pony league. And I would call him, like, he's like, you call me anytime. We have the coach's number, whatever. And I don't know why. One day I decided to call him, and I noticed he was like, he's all out of breath. He answered the phone. He's like, what do you want? What do you want? I was like, oh, it was just about practice or whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm busy, whatever. And he was all out of breath. I saw him in practice. I was like, he's like, Wayne, you know, I was with Karen from Esco.
No.
This girl he was dating, he was like, I was with my girlfriend, Karen from Esco. So that's the only reason I remember this. Karen from Esco.
All Karen from Esco.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it-
she must have been a
you
hottie or
remember
whatever.
that
But he was all out
store.
of breath. Like, what?
Yeah,
is
for the
happening?
audience, it was a
But that's what it was. Yeah.
You could go in. You called it. What'd you call it? A catalog store?
More like a
Yeah.
catalog. They didn't like
There was-
stock a bunch of, or
There
warehouse.
used to be
it.
another place called Best in
Yeah.
Sandusky. That was the same
I
where
remember
you
that.
went in, you looked through the catalog, or in the showcase.
Some of
Yeah,
it was
show me
there.
your
Like I would like
Yeah,
that,
yeah, some
and they
of
would
it
go
was-
in the back
right.
and get it, and it would come down
Yeah.
the conveyor belt.
Maybe you could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
But,
that's,
or you could just order it. There was some
Yeah.
display items, but
Yeah, like
not
they didn't
every-
have the mini bike in
catalog
back.
the catalog was thick.
Thick, right.
You could put in lots of
Yes.
jewelry and yeah.
Yeah.
dude, all that. I think there's some to that. Not to be the stat, not to be the member berry kind of guy.
They're probably going to have to go back to that with everybody ripping everything off.
Well, I think that
Right.
they're going to now that you see that Target is supposed to. Stores are closing. We were talking about. We got enough time. You want to roll through it a little?
Yeah,
this
let's
last-
do it. Yeah,
okay.
I got a place to be.
Okay.
I'm on a fixed income.
You guys okay? To roll?
Bragger.
Give me
Yeah.
a second.
Go ahead, pee.
No, I did, but
Oh, okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Grab another beer. Yeah.
I gave him one of these.
And then here's for the audience. A lot of things, like they said, Target nationwide are going to lock up a lot of their stuff
yeah.
because of theft. And I get it. So they may end up going to, like you're saying, a catalog thing where you go in and say, I want this, and they bring it out to you.
Right.
Due to theft. One of the stores, I know, what you said you were looking up the list of restaurant chains.
That we're closing. Yeah,
That we're
well,
closing.
actually, it was specifically the Red Lobster.
Red
and we were
Lobster.
worried about the one in Elyria.
Yes.
It's not closing.
Dude, because I
don't like Red Lobster.
Joe's Crab Shack is closing most of its stores. I thought Joe's Crab Shack, which is
don't know.
in
I've been there like once, maybe.
Yeah,
Really?
I was like,
Yeah.
I won't go for seafood. I won't go out for seafood.
You're-
If I'm
really?
going out, yeah, I'm getting like a steak or something. That
Yeah.
Are you not a crab leg guy, or you're not?
Crab legs to me are too much work.
Yeah. Red Lobster to me is more of a. It's more gimmicky than
Yeah.
Yeah.
like go there and have like a certain meal that
really?
you
What
like
do you-
every time. Their rolls are amazing.
I would say
Oh,
the
yeah.
only thing good, I call them
rolls are-
barnacle biscuits.
Those are
but
amazing.
you can get them at home.
But it's not
Yeah.
bad food, but it's like
oh yeah, they've got a biscuit mix that you
box-
can
Yeah,
just throw
I
in
have
fucking
it,
water in
yeah.
it and bake them, and it's delicious.
But it just seems like a place where everything is shrimp. Even the lobster
Right.
is a shrimp. Everything's a shrimp. Everything tastes like shrimp.
Right.
It
Yeah.
all tastes. It's like
yeah, if
I don't know.
If I want local seafood, I just go to Bonefish because it's right down the street.
Bonefish is
They're-
really good.
They're talking about closing Bonefish.
They're
It is,
bang
yeah.
bang shrimp.
Yes.
Whatever
Oh, my
appetite.
God.
It's-
Yeah, and you recommended
really
it when I
good.
went on
It's
that
really
date
good,
with that
yeah.
girl. Was the bang shrimp and their fish and chips are
Yeah.
really good. You recommended
Okay,
that,
yeah.
and I got that.
Oh, I'm a little spoiled though because I get my crab from Maryland. So if I want crab, there's places down there that I know that you can get shipped
It's shipped to
crab.
you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're
It's
kidding.
More expensive, but it's
That's a good
fresh
way
and
to do it,
delicious. Yeah. Or I just wait till my trip pretty much every year down
And
to
did you
Maryland.
just go and get it?
Do you have
I
family in
gorge.
Maryland, or you just go there
No,
on vacation?
we've got family and friends or family friends that have been going there for
However long.
30,
Yeah.
40
Yeah.
years, and they asked us a couple years ago to start joining them, and we've been going for
Right on.
7 or 8 years now.
I mean,
That's cool.
The future of restaurants, I don't know, but some stores, yeah.
So
I can see it. I mean, they would get to insurance companies will start raising it up.
Oh, yeah.
and
Right.
Won't be able to afford to put product on the shelf because
It's getting
of the cost of
stolen. Right.
insuring it
Right.
for theft
do
or
you think
whatever.
restaurants are getting out of hand the price?
Listen, I read an article today about a guy was on like a turnpike or whatever, and he stopped at a turnpike plaza.
Well, those are always a
and
dollar
he
more.
went and got a Big Mac value meal that cost him $16.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the people at McDonald's are like, that's not all of our stores. But, you know, I mean,
Yeah,
to
that-
eat at McDonald's now for one person, and
Oh.
it's
Right.
like $14.
Right.
Fuck you.
Yeah, it's not
With
all
your
of their
subpar burger.
It's not all their stores, but when they've got a captured audience, they're like, "Oh, well, let's just jack
Yeah.
this shit up."
Yeah,
because
it's
that's why.
it's not inflation, it's greed. If
Yeah.
you're posting record profits and your shit keeps going up in price, there's something wrong there.
Yeah.
Which leads to the other stories I've read recently that are like,
Penthouse
well,
Forum?
no, well,
I didn't know where,
On
I didn't know where you
occasion.
were going.
no, I was going to the Walmart and Target and whatever, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to start dropping the prices on our most popular stuff because we didn't need to raise the prices, we just did because we could."
Right.
And now that people have stopped buying them, we're going to lower the prices.
Yeah, I
again.
think they took advantage of the whole quarantine thing because
did.
people
Right.
were paying for whatever because they were getting all this government money.
Yep.
And we're like, fuck it, we don't. It's not our
Right,
money. You
right.
know,
That's why I love coupons, dude. I go to
that's the only way I can go to Arby's.
Arby's and coupon, right?
Right?
Arby's.
5 for 5.
Yeah.
Well,
They don't have
they
five
don't
for
have that.
five
They don't have
anymore.
that, but they got good. They for $15 at Arby's, you get 2 beef and cheddars, you get 4 French fries, curly fries, which
bunch
I
of
love the curly-
sliders.
and you get I get the chicken. You can get the 2 chicken nugget thingies.
They have an awesome BLT.
Do they?
Oh yeah.
Arby's?
They did have a limited time one where it was
Gyro?
the maple sugar
Oh,
bacon.
their maple bacon,
and it was
smokehouse,
it was
whatever.
good,
Yeah.
With just bacon. No, it wasn't a roast beef, but
Yeah.
you get regular roast beef things.
Yeah.
I'll eat a regular.
See, I always
Yeah.
get like the double or
Man,
the
that sounds
half
good.
pounder.
How can you?
I don't
eat
want all
double?
that bread. I've gotten the
can
ones
you
where
eat them?
it's almost like a
Big Montana.
like a corned beef deli sandwich. You
How
know,
do you eat
I went
them?
to
Jesus Christ.
Slyman's the first time the other
Right,
day,
yes.
Oh God!
and
yeah.
it was amazing.
How funny! I just went to Joe's Deli in Bay
That's
Village.
a great one.
And I got a turkey club. I can eat a lot, and I had to take half the sandwich
Right.
home.
Yeah,
Well, we
that's
go-
not the one on in
Hilliard.
Lakewood.
Hilliard,
On
yeah.
Hilliard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah.
That's Joe's.
Yeah.
Yeah. My son's mom worked there, so I would go and get
At-
some of the
at the
stuff.
Joe's or
they have
at
like this
Slyman's?
matzo ball soup,
Yes.
which
Yes.
is really good if it's
Yeah.
done right.
Yeah.
But the corned beef and stuff, yeah, big
How do
deli,
you
great deli
eat
sandwiches.
something that big? That's
I took
It's-
half of it to lunch the
Right.
next
I was
day.
going to say it's 2 days worth of food.
Yeah, but Slyman's makes a good
Oh, it
sandwich.
was so good. The
They do.
BLT there too. Oh.
that's the only
So
thing.
does Joe's. I'm not.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're both good.
Coupons for that Arby's and Burger King. Other than that, I like Taco Bell is
expensive now.
Yeah.
You think so?
You used to be able to get a 12-pack for $10.
Now it's a 10-pack for 14, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh.
Yeah,
I
I
think they just got the numbers messed up.
There's some dyslexic guy.
Can I
Beep,
call
boop, boop,
someone?
beep. Why are our profits going through the roof?
Well, do you think that that's going to cause, for the future generations, America's radically going to change in the way we shop and the way we eat?
It may become more healthy to eat if you eliminate
What,
some
you
of
say
that fast
eat at
food.
home, or you say
Oh, yeah,
I
you're-
call bullshit.
really?
Yeah,
Yep.
they'll still find a way to.
You know why I call
serve shit.
bullshit?
No,
Look
what?
at DoorDash and the other food.
Yeah, but that
Now you're
Eats.
paying it $20 for a cheeseburger and fries to get delivered.
Right.
Yeah,
See,
right.
here's the thing that he and I both know. Well, all 3 of us know the owner at I'll say Dairy Queen.
Okay.
all right.
Yeah,
We know, great girl. She has said she loves DoorDash during this thing. She said it's a 40% increase in the price of the exact goddamn thing you're paying
That's what
for
I'm
now.
saying. And people pay for it. And
that's
then tip
insane.
to have it
But you
delivered.
don't have to leave.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
you're paying for the convenience of
Yes. Look, the internet has totally fucked up the way we live. Seriously.
You think?
Absolutely.
Oh, sure.
I went to school for internet and web design, right? During
The crisis.
the launch, no, during
Yeah.
the launch of the internet, like
Okay, yeah.
not too far after I was
Yeah.
in my early 20s, it was starting to hit big, online stores, Amazon, all that shit. And one of the things we learned was how do we keep brick and mortars in business with all of these new online stores, and we're seeing it now.
the repercussions of everything.
Yeah, almost 20 years later, that now stores, people just take shit and they buy stuff online with the money they make from the shit they steal from the stores. which sadly is what Amazon does. So that's true. That is absolutely true.
Everything you're buying on Amazon is stolen shit.
Most of it, yeah, because they've pushed
That's
out.
a big statement.
No, it's true. They've pushed out the companies that they sponsored and bought their products, and they wanted their products to make a profit, so they underpriced their own versions of that same product, pushed those companies out of business, and stole their product and started
A
selling.
lost
on their
leader.
own.
In other words, they knew in
They
the long
eliminated
run.
their
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll take a loss now, knowing in the future I'm eliminating my
Yeah.
competition.
Give it a 4-star rating.
Yep.
Write some reviews because I look at reviews.
Yeah, almost.
So do I.
Do you?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
looking at the reviews.
Some of them are hilarious.
The sugar-free gummy bears is probably one of my most favorite reviews ever.
Wait a minute. You eat sugar?
No, but the
somebody told me
reviews are
that-
hilarious.
Yeah, they're the Habaro gummy bears or whatever it is.
Haribo.
That's it.
Haribo.
They're
Haribo,
sugar-free
yeah.
gummy bears on Amazon. The reviews were so fucking funny because it was giving people the shits.
Oh yeah,
You wait a minute.
they're like gummy bears so good
Wait
you'll
a
shit
minute.
yourself.
Yeah.
And
Like,
dude, the
those are the
stories.
reviews.
Don't
These
eat the
people
brown
were writing
ones.
these. Yeah. These people were writing stories about how they were clogging their friends' toilets and all this and that because they were eating these gummy bears.
How many they eat? It's
I don't
just
know.
one or two. No food.
No,
is-
not one or two.
1 or 2.
Bags.
I watched a video of a guy that ate like 100 or something like that,
That's insane.
and he was up all night shitting his pants.
Well, yes, because you shouldn't be eating. Isn't that just pectin, or what's the main?
Fuck if I know.
What's the
Do
thing
I look
that-
like a freaking candy maker, Wonka?
Is it like glycerin or something? Like hardened? It's like
I
Jello.
don't know the name of the Jello.
So whatever the
It's
component in
gelatin.
Jello
Yeah,
is.
that's what I thought.
Oh, cow bones.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, maybe.
it's ground bones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's the worst.
Oh, I read the reviews. 4.6 or I'm hitting the sticks. yeah, I'm out.
Yeah,
It's
you
gotta be, yeah.
I check the 4 or above stars, and then I'll read
Yeah,
the reviews.
right.
I mean, I have not purchased an item because of
Because
the
of a
reviews,
review.
and,
Oh,
and they were
absolutely.
helpful. I saw something that, oh yeah, that wouldn't work with whatever I had or whatever.
Absolutely.
And it was helpful.
Well, I can understand if
Or
you're
if like 50 people write the same defect with
Yeah.
this thing, like, you know.
Poorly built, doesn't work
Right.
that well, not
Yeah.
worth the money.
You got to
whatever.
watch those though, because a lot of them are just
right.
top
generated.
They're generate.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
people get paid to do that.
Oh,
Right,
really?
right,
Yeah, like some companies will pay another company to
Yeah.
just go on and write random reviews for their
Yeah.
products.
I've seen like Asian. You could tell someone
Right.
Asian or something like
Because they
overseas.
ran
broken English.
Like,
Broken English,
tastes good, look good with hair. Like, okay,
Yeah,
You're like, wait, what?
yeah. Like, wait a minute.
but it goes both ways too, because some people pay to
write
have
good
their
reviews, right.
Proper
product
English.
promoted, and then their competitor will pay to have that same product downvoted to get theirs. It's
Oh, there's
it's
probably
crazy.
tons of stuff they're doing.
Oh, yeah.
like
Now that he
but-
said that, there's a girl in Korea that
Yeah.
I worry. Now that you just said that, it went in my head. I do like I'll start DMing people. Like I'll watch your videos and I'll say something. Hey, that was a really
Slides
great
up in
video.
their DMs.
No, wait,
Like, hey,
no,
baby.
wait a minute.
Look at old money here sliding in.
Oh, wait a
He's like,
minute.
hey, I loved your video. I have a Tuffy card.
long shot.
She is what's Tuffy.
It's just that, but I use Google Translate,
Yeah.
and now that you
Oh.
said that, what? It's that right? Okay, I'm wondering now that you just said this. Do you think does it throw the grammar off? You think?
Yes.
Oh, I'm
course it
sure.
does.
I'm
Oh, I
sure.
know for a fact it does, because the girl that was working with us, who
Yeah.
was Albanian,
Yeah.
whenever we couldn't find the right words to communicate, we
Yeah.
would use Google Translate, and she'd just stare at me. I'm like, maybe wrong word.
Yeah. It makes you sound like why we're rounding up. Sorry. Do you get it? That's
Scrap
all.
that whole
Write down
show.
that time as a promo clip. As an 820 promo
Right.
clip. Promo clip.
That's awesome.
All right, yeah.
I know we're over. I know we're
Yeah.
No, we're not. I just started a new beer.
That would be a promo.
We
clip.
got
That's a
time.
good
That
one.
was a good promo clip. Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't want to make it too long. Audience members, again, we're going to be leaving you with Amos and Riot Nights. It's a song Clear Future. Check that out. Anytime you want to be mentioned, like, share, subscribe, tell 2 friends, please. It makes a world of difference to the algorithm. Go ahead, CPAP.
I was just waiting for you to go.
Again, you've been listening to Late Night with Ed Money here on our website, which is latenightwithedmoney.com, where it's real people have real conversations about life. You normally listen to myself, Ed Money. Right over here is CPAP Talk.
We'll see ya. Oh, and everybody who is like, yeah, your studio looks like a basement. We are in a basement. We're real. This is as real as it gets.
I told about that. I get messages.
Yeah.
Your studio looks like a basement.
Yeah, all these other people have these $300,000 studios, and we're like, we are in a basement.
So if you want to see us out of a basement, you can become our sponsors and help us get a new
Patreon
place.
people.
Yes, and matter of fact, Donathan, you just heard his voice. Always the genius that keeps us going is Jeffrey Neutron.
Have a good night.
And last but not least, always keeping us in balance and check is Bueno.
See ya.
Audience, again, like, share, subscribe, tell 2 friends. It makes a world of difference. Always remember that you are somebody, and don't be materialistic because it gets you nowhere. And after that, we are out of here.
If you could only see all the grief in front of me, when the world is falling down, you know that we'll be holding on. Was it wrong for one at peace? Why don't we take the time to think? Days turn into weeks, no one can even speak. You know we're not free. Here's a change we need to see. One things will get better. And the future will be clear. If you could only see all the grief in front of me, when the world is falling down, you know that we'll be holding on. Was it wrong for one at peace? Why don't we take the time to think? Days turn into weeks, no one can even speak. You know we're not free. Here's a change we need to see.
You've been listening to Late Night with Ed Money, brought to you by 3 Bowls of Crunch Production. Late Night with Ed Money is a copyrighted show, and any unauthorized reproduction for sale is strictly prohibited without written and/or verbal consent from Ed Money. Otherwise, we'll find out where you live and beat the shit out of you. Thank you for listening.